Your debt doesn't care that your income changed this month. It doesn't care that your overtime got cut. And it doesn't care that your bonus didn't come through. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a payoff plan built around the income you actually earn instead of the one you hope for, you will be making minimum payments for years. Keep watching because I'm going to show you the only payoff method that actually works when your income isn't fixed. And it's not the advice you've been getting. The most common debt methods that we have today are the avalanche method and the snowball method. Now, the avalanche method is when you pay off your highest interest first. This gives you more financial gain. Where the snowball method is when you pay the smallest amounts off first. This gives you a psychological gain. Now, both are very solid methods in paying off your debt. However, they do cater more for those on predictable income. Therefore, on a variable income, fixed aggressive payments is a trap. One slow month and you miss a payment, and then your motivation completely collapses. Then the shame kicks in, the guilt, and then you begin the avoidance. This then leads to your debt quietly growing in the background. So before we jump on the methods, we need to reframe so it caters more for us on a variable income, which is one slow month plus one unexpected bill plus no buffer equals debt. Plain and simple. That's math, not failure. And the whole point of this isn't to punish yourself with payments, it's to get rid of the stigma that debt comes with. So many of us are walking around today with debt, yet we feel like we're the only ones because of the shame and guilt that we carry with it. And all we need to do is make consistent, sustainable progress, even when our months are low. And slow progress beats aggressive progress that collapse any day. So making £20 monthly payments for 12 months far exceeds £200 every month for 3 months that then stops. And this step is probably the most difficult step that we will have to make on our debt journey. And a lot of us haven't yet even begun to think about doing it. So I'm here to help you. And I would love for you to write in the comment to let me know if today you're making that step to help encourage others to also make that step. Because once we've got over this line, it's only forward. And what it requires you to do is to stop and list out every single debt you have and the full amount that you owe and the minimum payment that's required each month, as well as the interest rate that is attached to that debt. Doing this can be quite daunting because sometimes we are not even aware of the full extent of our debt until we do this exercise. Now, I'm telling you, once we have that first shock, we can then take the actions to fix it. However, we cannot make progress or navigate something that we do not have a clear understanding of. And this is not for you to feel bad. This is to give you clarity and a clear picture. Your minimum debt payment forms a part of your survival number, which is a non-negotiable. And these payments need to be coming out of your account 24 to 48 hours after you get paid. If you have a variable income, up to 7 days. This is to protect your credit, stop fees coming in, and keep you stable. And the easiest way to do this is to make this a standing order or a direct debit. So it takes away you having to do a physical action because as we know, life is going to continue happening. And on a low motivated day, we may not necessarily get up and take the action that is required of us to ensure that we stay on track. And having your minimum debt payment as a part of your survival number, which will give you a better understanding on how much you can afford to pay each month to ensure that you do not miss any. So we need to work backwards and actually work out what our lowest possible income could possibly be. This could be us looking at the last 12 months payday and taking out the lowest one, or it could be looking at our contract and taking our base rate and our contractual hours, and that is our lowest possible income. From there, we then need to work in our survival number, so your rent, your bills, your utilities, council tax, food, and travel, and then have a set amount that we are going to dedicate to the minimum payments of our debt. Now, one thing as a variable income earner is we need to take our power back when it comes to the creditors. We cannot make the creditors put fear into us to start paying more than we can actually afford. They may assume your income is the same every single month. We need to open our mouths and let them understand that it's not the case. So, working from your lowest month, this is the amount that we're going to work with when communicating with our creditors. You need to list out your non-negotiable monthly costs and list out a realistic minimum monthly payment that you can pay for each debt without missing a payment. This then is what you will go to the creditor with to let them understand your financial circumstances and change your minimum amount to align with what you can actually afford. This then will give you a peace of mind. You are not struggling from one month to next. You're not going to be working on your averages, which is a danger that a lot of us in variable income do. Working from the lowest amount is the floor, and it's the safest place to start when you're budgeting for anything. And in the description below, I have a debt payoff plan worksheet that you can use to list out all your debts and as well create your creditor budget that you can then send to your creditors or start communicating with them to get your payment minimum amount where they need to be. And this is an important part to your debt payoff plan. Now, as a variable income earner, you will have good months. And the whole point of the good months is to then pay off any extra amounts to these debts. This is not an amount that you're committing to. This is an amount you pay when you have the extra funds. So whether that be a bonus, overtime, tips, or maybe you manage to sell to a high paying client, you will take a proportion of that extra money that you have earned and split it amongst your debt. And this is where you can incorporate the avalanche or snowball method, where we would normally use our good months to catch up on lifestyle things. We will then need to be strategic and use it for paying some extra amounts off our debt. Now, if you've got this far, amazing. That means you are serious about this and you really are ready to change your financial circumstances. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, what debt should you be aiming to pay off first? And all we need to do is keep it simple. There are two categories of debts that you need to think about getting paid off first. The first category is urgency. Now, these are the debts that are already threatening action. So that could be court action, fees, defaults, CCJs, the list goes on. And these are anything that affects your living circumstances. So it could be arrears in your rent, your utilities, or your ability to get to and from work. This will come first regardless of the interest rate or regardless of the amount that is owed to the creditor. And the second category is interest. After your urgent debts are all paid off or at a level where they've stopped threatening, then you can look into paying your higher interest rate debts first. And this is where you will save the most. So for example, £1,000 at 39% APR versus £1,000 at 0% APR. And the difference is in the first one, it will cost you to wait in paying this one off. And never leave any debt unacknowledged. You can make as low as £1 a month. Now, this will go in the communication and let the creditor know that this is not a permanent fix until your circumstances changes, but every debt needs to be acknowledged to stop it going into further action or adding on extra fees. And one thing I want us to realize is the biggest threat in paying off our debt with a variable income isn't our lowest month, it's actually our good month. Because a good month without a plan is most likely to go on our lifestyle. It's to go on paying for things that we've always wanted rather than sticking to the plan of getting to where we want to be in the future. And once we have all of this in place, then yes, we can begin to build momentum in paying off our debt. But one thing that we are required to do to keep on track is you need to review it. So at least once a month, I need you to sit down for 5 minutes and literally just run through each debt again, updating how much you have left and how much you've actually paid off. And if you don't want to do this alone, it is a service that I do provide in Simone Solutions. And if you do want a little bit more help, I'm offering a free 30-minute clarity call with myself to go through the initial stages of your finances to help you get on your way. And if this is something you're interested in, the link is below. I'd love to hear if you've started, where you are on your debt journey, what you thought of this video, and what you would like to hear next from me. So just to recap, the first thing you need to do is know what you owe. List out all of it, every single debt that you have. The next step is to automate the minimum payment 24 to 48 hours after your payday. Then you need to use your good month to accelerate the amount that you're paying off. And then finally, review monthly to protect your progress and don't abandon it, just adjust. I have the free debt payoff worksheet in the description below, so get it now. Let's begin. Or restart the video and start filling in your sheet alongside the video. And the goal of this isn't to be debt-free overnight, it's to be moving consistently in the right direction. And if this resonated with you, subscribe so you don't miss out on our weekly videos giving you all the valuable information you need to manage your finances on a variable income better. And if you know someone that needs this, please share and like the video. And remember, stability first, real life always. And until the next one, I'll see you soon.